holidays are just around the corner, but let's be honest. Where do holidays really start? They start in the kitchen. Of course, Chef Matt, who you know from the Food Network, and his mom, Leann, are here to help us get in the spirit.
That's
Welcome.
Right. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so happy to see you.
Likewise.
Now, look, you've come up with a lot of amazing recipes. I've interviewed you many times over the years, but sometimes you steal them from your mom.
Actually, it's actually all been a fraud this whole time, and every recipe has been here, and I'm actually here to come clean and say I'm a total thief.
It's about time, Matt.
It's about
time. Leann deserves the credit.
Give her credit, yeah.
Actually, quite skilled you are.
So talk to me about holiday bread.
Holiday breads. I brought today pumpkin bread, cornbread, and banana bread. That can get you through all the holidays. They're quick and easy to do. They're beautiful to use as gifts.
Yeah.
And
they're nostalgic. And to me, it's like, in this economy, we still want to be able to give gifts. And a bread shows you put the time in, the thought in, and then you can give it to your relatives, and then you don't have to talk to them for a year.
For at least a year.
For at least a year.
That's that's actually a really smart idea, because a bread is not expensive to make.
no.
And if you're giving, a dozen gifts, so you get something salty for your uncle you don't like, something sweet.
Jar pickles.
Yeah, jar pickles. This is how I feel about you. You make me, ooh. So you have a savory bread?
Well, I have a sweet banana bread and a sweet pumpkin bread, and the cornbread, which is typically a little bit savory, is a little bit savory and sweet. The best you'll ever taste.
And you normally serve that with chili, actually, sometimes too.
Yes,
but we're also here to make some butter. We were chatting. If you don't have time to make one of the breads, what you can do is you just take 2 sticks of unsalted butter.
Do you have a favorite butter brand?
Whatever's the cheapest.
Okay.
To me, I like the Irish butter if I'm using that as like
the Kelly?
finishing. Yes, exactly. If I'm using that as like a finishing butter on toast. But if you're just mixing it, to me, it is like what's on sale. Yeah.
What is that? A chunk of ginger?
That's
you just grated?
ginger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good.
And then some orange marmalade.
And I love the salted butter, even though typically you're supposed to bake without the salted butter.
Yeah, you like salted?
I like the salted. I like the fattiness
By
of the
the way,
salted.
you raised Matt right, because he just called it marmalade.
Oh, he did.
Okay.
What a snob.
So you get some fancy points because he called it marmalade.
No.
Okay. Do you learn that at fancy chef school?
Yeah, that's why I'm still $50,000 in student loan debt, is so I could have that little accent. So you just mix this sucker up, and then when it's all mixed up fully, it turns into this, and it's just a beautiful, lovely, sweet compound butter. And then Mom's pumpkin bread is so simple. You just dump some of your pumpkin. You want to dump your sugar, Mom?
Yep.
We just did a story about the largest pumpkin. It was like thousands of pounds.
I love that.
Oh, I love that.
You could make a lot.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes, and
That's
then
at
the
least
sugar,
8 pies.
That's at least 8, exactly.
The best thing about this recipe, it's so easy for your non-bakers. You dump it all in one
Because
pot.
not everybody loves to cook and bake.
No.
You were making this point earlier. I mean, you two are in the kitchen harmoniously, but a lot of people cooking with their moms, that is the source of a lot of future therapy. Do you know what I mean?
See, and
we missed you. We missed me.
I miss you.
And we happen to do beautifully together in the kitchen. And
Can we see this?
Oh, of course.
But
Okay,
you really are right, though, because that's our goal, is because we're, yes, I went to culinary school. I've competed on 12 Food Network shows. Most people, if they do love to cook, they might not have the skill. Mom and I's recipes make it easy and accessible, low barrier of entry.
Exactly.
I like that, low barrier. Even if you do call it marmalade, your recipes are very, like you said, get the cheapest butter if you're just going to make this compound. And by the way, I feel like ginger fights off a winter cold. Fresh ginger.
Right? Butter. Just start putting
All you need is
butter. That's actually what we're here to say today, is butter and ginger fights off colds.
Well,
That's what we're here to say.
And breads, if you wrap them in a little bit of plastic wrap, when they're warm,
this is a great tip.
It makes them nice and gooey. You have to store them in the refrigerator. They're so divine.
So when it comes out, let it cool a second, and then Mom wraps
then wrap
it, and
it in
steams.
Oh, and it traps the steam in there.
Bingo.
And it's so delicious. It's just so yummy and comforting. And breads for us are so nostalgic. I think growing up, his favorite was banana bread.
Yeah.
Now you love the pumpkin bread, but they can get you all through the holidays. You have a sense of belonging because it's so nostalgic. And everything
and it's
good.
carbs.
I agree. It's
Like
carbs.
carbs.
You just put it in this pan when you're done, and Mom lines it with a nice little, what is this called?
Just a little
Parchment.
Parchment, yeah.
a
And
little
then it looks
parchment.
pretty when it comes out. And that's all she wrote.
That's
Or,
it.
if I must say, though, the cornbreads. I do the cornbread in the loaf, but also in the
this round thing.
round cast iron, and it comes out so beautifully. And
Oh, he's
you
got
can
the
eat-
knife.
You can.
He's got the knife. Can I have the heel? The heel's the best part.
you can
Everyone
totally
knows
have
it.
the
Are
heel.
are you a heel person or?
You know what? I'm a center person, and I have no shame that I will. Can I do this
the
too?
middle part
Yeah.
of the bread missing.
I have no
look at
shame that
this.
I'll just go straight for the
Can you
center.
see how gorgeous this looks? Can you get a beautiful shot
Boom.
of my... What flavor is this one?
This is the pumpkin.
This is the pumpkin with the... Oh, my gosh. How can people find you and get these recipes?
You can go onto our Instagrams and our Facebooks, and we post everything there. I'm at Chef Matt TV, and Mom's
Well,
at...
and my website, Leann Jordan TV, I have all the recipes right at the top, right when they click, right there for them.
Thank you so much, Matt, Leann. It's such a
Cheers.
pleasure. Cheers!
Thanks for having us.
Here, you get the